So you work hard, you book with clients, but somehow money never feels enough. You're one late invoice away from panic. I get it, because that was me too. Before I became the money consultant, I was earning well, but constantly stressed. My income was steady, but my savings, they didn't grow. And my investments, non-existent. I was embarrassed that I didn't have it all put together. And all this despite me being a qualified accountant. That's when I realized it wasn't about how much I earned, but how I structured it. So I took everything I knew as an accountant and treated money like fitness. Discipline, structure, consistency. So then I also created a system that worked for me. One account for bills, one account for savings, one account for spending. And within weeks, everything changed. I could finally save and see my savings grow. I could finally invest and see my investments grow. Money was now working for me and not against me. And money was finally feeling calm. When I saw how powerful that was, I started teaching it to my freelance coaches just like you. They could then reposition themselves to grow and boost their income once their cash was stable. Like Billy, who was earning well but wasn't clear on where his money was going. After applying my system, within weeks, he started saving consistently, knew where his money was going, had clarity, and was able to start building for himself. Not by earning more, but by having a structure. And James, a freelance sports nutritionist who wasn't able to separate personal from business money. After applying my framework, he had clarity. He was able to pay himself consistently with confidence and knew how to manage his money. Again, not by earning more, but by applying my structure. That's when I realized it doesn't just work for me. It works for every freelance coach that wants to stop surviving month to month. So I turned it into a complete framework, the wealth ladder. It's not just about managing your money. It's about building true wealth step by step with confidence while your income is unpredictable. Okay, so this is the wealth ladder. So WL, wealth ladder. We've got business and personal expenses. So the whole idea is, step one of the wealth ladder is to split your business from your personal finances with control. So on both sides, we apply the 4-account system. Now, for your business expenses, your 4-account system consists of the following: income, business expenses, tax, and owner's pay. The idea behind this is you analyze the numbers, you know exactly what goes into each pot. You apply a bit of a buffer just for some variability. You will know what that is once you do this analysis. You put the same amount into this account every single month, and that's how you create consistency and control. Now, for your business expenses, there's a 5th account that I advise, and this account is a growth account. I'm going to squeeze that in here. This growth account is all about putting money aside to then later, at an optimal time, reinvest that money to boost income. So it could be money for a marketing agent, a sales agent, or perhaps a work stream that is quite admin heavy that you want to outsource to free up your time. Ultimately, the goal is maximize income while you're controlling your expenses to then boost profitability. So that's the 4/5 account system applied to your business. Now, when it comes to personal finances, we adopt a very similar principle. So I'm going to put the boxes here. So firstly, you've got your income, you have your bills, you have your savings plus investments, and you have your wants. Normally, the split that I recommend is as follows: bills, 50%, savings and investments, 20%, and wants, 30%. From your owner's pay, you're actually transferring money from your business all the way over here into your personal expenses. So it's a direct transfer. Essentially, with your personal finances, again, it's all about control. It's all about going back, analyzing your historic spend. You could look at 3 to 6 months of historic spending and really understand where you went wrong. So maybe your wants is too high. Maybe your core bills are too high, in which case maybe you should move to somewhere slightly cheaper. I don't know. But it said the whole concept is getting control of your expenses and really identifying which pot is going completely out of control. And in most cases, it is wants is too high and savings and investments are non-existent. So what you want is to get the balance right, 50, 20, 30, so you have control of your finances and you can still grow something for yourself. Okay, so we already discussed step 1, which was stabilize cash flow. Step 2 is to create a mini fund, is because before you get to step 3, you want to make sure you have some savings in place in case of unknown circumstances that may fall into place and you just need money to make the payment. So normally I would say £1,000 to £3,000, something quite minimal. However, this is so dependent on your circumstances. So this is just a really rough guide. But the idea is you have a very small pot of savings before you aggressively pay off debt. So let's say 3K. Step 3 is paying off debt. So you use a method, for example, Snowball or Avalanche, and you just pay off this debt as aggressively as possible. The time it takes for this is quite uncertain. It depends how much debt you have. If you have £1,000 of debt, it may not take that long. If you have £20,000 of debt, it could take quite a bit longer. However, idea is pay off high interest debt, do it as aggressively as possible. Use either the Snowball or Avalanche method, whatever you prefer, and just get there. Step 4 is to create an emergency fund. Essentially, it's understanding your core costs, which you would understand from phase 1, step 1 in the stabilized phase up here. And then you just understand your core operating expenses at the business and personal, and then multiply that by your cover periods. So ideally 3 or 6 months, depending on your attitude to risk. If you're very risk averse and you have a lot of dependents, maybe you'll go for 6 months. If your job is very secure, then maybe you'll go for 3 months. And essentially, this emergency fund you put in place, you ring fence it, you don't touch it. It's just keep it there for emergencies. Let it accrue interest from a standard bank account, that's fine. But yeah, it's there for an emergency, so don't touch it. Number 5 is a lifestyle pot. So I'm just gonna say lifestyle pot. Your lifestyle pot is really important. You know, life is all about balance. It's not about just putting your money into your investments, and it's not about just using all of your money. It's all about balance. So lifestyle pot is a pot that you may put aside, either small or big. It shouldn't be too big, but it's something that you may spend in the year or in the following year. So it could be £3,000 for a family holiday or £5,000 for a family holiday. Again, this number will be dictated by you, what you think is reasonable depending on your income and your available resources. But essentially, we want to plan for fun, plan for quality of life, or whatever things are really important to you. This is what goes in here. So this is also really important. Like I said, it's all about balance. So this pot creates balance in your life. Step 6 is long-term investments. So I would always recommend people to invest in like a highly diversified, through country by country and industry, highly diversified fund. And this is the stage where you really make your money work for you. So yes, this is all about long-term growth. So the next stage is step 7, which is diversify your income and make it more robust. So I'm gonna say robust business. It's really all about making sure that your business keeps growing and keeps moving, even if you're not in the driving seat. And that could mean outsourcing, just some sort of diversification, bringing other people in and growing it so people can move it without you present. So this is what robustness is. If you're sick or you're unable to work, you and your family can still earn an income from your business. Then step 8 is retirement. Step 8, retirement. Many people don't like talking about retirement, but it is gonna come, hopefully. So yeah, it's all about planning for retirement, being mindful of retirement, looking at what you have stored away from retirement, seeing if you want to make that grow, or just having some form of plan in place for that phase. You were taught how to earn money, get more clients. Maybe you were even taught how to save, but no one taught you how to stabilize your cash flow in a complex environment. Every month, every freelancer I meet says the same. In a good month, they overspend. In a bad month, they panic because you don't know where your money's going. You fear tax season and you tell yourself, you're just not good with numbers. But the truth is that you were given a broken system. One built for 9 to 5 employees, not for people like you. Imagine knowing exactly what to pay yourself each month, while putting money aside for taxes, savings, and guilt-free spending, while at the same time taking the weekend off and not worrying about that next client invoice and when the money will hit. That's not luck, that's structure. That's what true financial freedom looks like for a freelancer. The Wealth Ladder is my 8-step system that helps you build wealth, not just manage your money. And it starts with one thing: stabilize your cash flow. That means setting up a rhythm that keeps you steady despite how unpredictable your business may be. And the heart of it all, the 4-account system. Income, pay yourself a fixed monthly amount. Bills, understand your core bills and allocate an amount to that account appropriately, usually around 50%. Savings and investments, ideally 20% or more, of course. And wants, ideally 30%. You need balance in your life, and your wants account, that gives you that balance. And for sole traders or limited companies, don't forget tax, ideally. This is dependent on your income. My rough guide would be around 30%, but again, this is very specific to you and your business. When you divide your income with purpose, you remove stress and anxiety. Money starts working for you and not against you. And that's just the first step of my wealth ladder. The forthcoming steps will be things like create a mini fund, pay off debt, build an emergency fund, and to start investing. However, these steps only come once the foundation is solid. When Billy joined my program, he was earning well, but consistently feeling overwhelmed. He said, "Susan, my money is just disappearing." So we tracked his income for a short period of time, set up his 4 account. Within weeks, he saw clarity and was now able to consistently save for himself. And all this, not by earning more, but by having structure. And James, on great income, but zero separation between business and personal money. He didn't have a plan or clear purpose for his money. So we applied the wealth ladder. Through that, he was able to learn how much to pay himself consistently with confidence, while saving and knowing how much he needed to plan ahead. Today, he's structured, confident, and growing towards long-term wealth. You might be thinking, but I don't earn enough for this to work. And I've heard that before. But the truth is that this works on absolutely any income level. And the sooner you start, the faster you will grow. You may have tried budgeting apps, spreadsheets, tracking, and you know you couldn't stick with them. The Wealth Ladder encourages easy, effortless change. It literally runs itself. So start here. Open 3 accounts. Bills, savings, wants. Secondly, every payment you get, split it by a set percentage and allocate that money into those accounts. And number 3, start tracking at least for a period so you know more confidently how much to put into each pot. Before you know it, you'll see how quickly chaos turns into calm. So this is what we do inside my program. With step-by-step guidance, you learn not only how to manage money, but how to master it. So we've covered a lot today. Why freelance fitness coaches struggle with money, how the 4-account system fixes things, and how Billy and James are now thriving. So now you have 3 choices. You can either 1. Continue doing what you're doing and continue living through the feast and famine cycle. 2. You can do it on your own, but then face the same doubts and stress. Or 3. You can let me guide you so you finally feel calm, confident, and in control of your money. If you're ready to stop surviving and start building real wealth, then join me. Click on the link below and send a message to @SusieColthrust on Instagram.